Hello everyone, my name is Matt and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you a brand new PowerPoint designed for grade 2, 3, or grade 4. And in this lesson, I'm teaching 14 different clothing items, as well as the simple question, what are you wearing today? What is he wearing today? And what is she wearing today? And the simple answer, I'm wearing and then they need to say 4 or maybe 5 things, including the and before the final item, okay? It's quite an easy lesson, but I've designed it to be quite fun and it'll work really, really well for large classes, which if you're a viewer of my channel, you know that's what I specialize in, how to make teaching a large class of 40 or 50 students or 30 students or whatever, just a large class. How do you make it fun and engaging? It's a really difficult task, so I designed my PowerPoints to meet this goal, okay? So there's games here, all sorts of interactive things. I think it's a really, really fun lesson. If you want to teach this lesson yourself, don't forget, you can go to my Shopify store, you can go to Taobao, and I also have a Teachers Pay Teachers now. So I have 3 different places where you can buy this lesson. You just need to go to the links in the video description below and you can download them very easily there. I really hope you guys enjoy this. Oh, one more thing. If you do decide to use my Shopify store, you can create your own bundle on there, and on the right side, after you put one of the items into your cart, on the right side, scroll down and you'll see a bunch of different bundle deals. So you can get a big discount, okay? Please use these deals. Some people are buying bundles, but they're not using those links. Like I said, on the bottom right-hand side, you can buy up to 50 lessons together and you'll save 40%, okay? If you use the 50 PowerPoint bundle, you can buy bundles of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, okay? There's tons of different bundles there. You can save a ton of money. People have forgotten to use these bundle deals, and I feel bad because I want you guys to get the best deal you possibly can get. If you're buying them on Taobao, you can also buy a bundle deal there too, okay? Look through my store, find the bundle deal, buy the bundle deal, you get a much cheaper price, and then just tell me which PowerPoints you want, okay? It's a little bit more work on Taobao, but if you're in China and don't have any ability to use a credit card or PayPal to use Shopify, I understand. You can use Taobao and you can get a great deal, okay? So use the bundle deals. Don't buy them outright. Don't buy them one by one, okay? Save your money. All right, and also if you like this lesson, hit the like button. If it's your first time here, subscribe to this channel, and let's get right into it. So as with all of my PowerPoints, I start the class with the classroom rules, and then we go into a review. Now, if you're purchasing this lesson is totally editable. You can change it any way you like. You can remove the Chinese, you can add in the first language of your students depending on what country you're in, and you can add whatever review you want, okay? So whatever you did the previous week or the previous 2 weeks, you can put that there as your review. I just want to show you the main part of this lesson, so I'm not including anything for the review. All right, so let's have a look here. In this lesson, they're going to be learning about clothing. So the first word they need to learn is the word clothing. Now, if you've watched my lessons before, you know my technique is I always like to show them the word in their first language first, see who knows it. This is a good way for me to assess their level. So when I'm building their lessons in the future, I know what they already know and don't know, and it's much easier to create a lesson when you have that knowledge about their English level. Then I show them the word, we say it a few times, and then they write it in their notebook. Now in this lesson, I'm going to show them 14 different clothing items, okay, or pieces of clothing. And this would be a bit much if your students are total beginners, but I think if they're in grade 2, they probably already know probably 4 to 8 different clothing words, at least they should. I've included some of the really easy ones in here as well. So yes, there are 14 words, but they're not all going to be new words, okay? So the first one's a t-shirt. If you've noticed, I have the word here because in the sentence, and when you speak English and you say these nouns, you need to say okay? I've learned from experience, if you don't show them the then when you're trying to teach them the sentence, you'll constantly be reminding them to say and it's really annoying. So I think the best thing to do is just show these things together so it becomes part of the word for them, you know, a sweater, a t-shirt, and then when they're saying the sentence later, it'll be much easier for them, okay? So like I said, this lesson has 14 different vocabulary words, and here I've decided that I also want to teach them a pair of, so here, I think I'm blocking it, but it just says a pair, okay? I want them to see the word a pair. You can change that into their first language as well, because this is how they should learn to say it. A pair of shoes. A pair of shoes. You might think it's a little bit difficult for your students, but if you teach it to them like this from the beginning, they'll be able to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to go quickly through here. We have trousers, a pair of trousers, a scarf, a raincoat. You can see some of these words are words they definitely don't know. Well, at least my students don't know in grade 2. Okay, a raincoat. A coat they'll probably know. It's one of the easier ones. A pair of jeans. Again, probably most of them don't know this one. This will be a new word for them. Shorts. Some of them might know it. Some of them won't. Sunglasses. This is one of the harder ones. And again, a pair of sunglasses. Rain boots. A pair of rain boots. And gloves. And a pair of gloves. Now after we teach them all the words, we need to say the words again. So we'll drill them all one more time together as a class. Okay, a t-shirt, a scarf, a raincoat, jeans, a coat, a hat, shorts, a jacket, rain boots, shoes, gloves, sunglasses, trousers, and a sweater. Okay, and then we'll play our first game. The first game is a quick say game, very simple. For the first round, I, or the teacher, will say the word. They just need to say the number. Okay, so I say jacket. The first student in class to say 8 gets points. This is a great way to include the entire class when you're teaching something. All of them can play simultaneously, and my students absolutely love this game. They get really excited, and I'm just having them drill the words. They're just drilling the words, but they're doing it because of their own motivation. I don't have to force them to say it. They want to get points. So I say 10, they're shouting out shoes, okay? And you can drill it by row. Like during this game, you can stop and say, team 3, shoes, shoes. So team 2, shoes, shoes, okay? Then say 7, shorts, a pair of shorts. 13, trousers, a pair of trousers. It's a very fun game, and they absolutely love it. Now the next part, after you drill that for a few minutes, the students can choose one by one. They can raise their hand and say any of them that they want. So they could say a scarf. You click here and they'll get points. 4 points for that team. Next team comes shoes. 3 points. Next team, a t-shirt. 6 points. Next team, a hat. 4 points, and so on until all of them are revealed. And there's different point values, as you can see. Okay. This is very fun for the students, and it's a great way for them to again, say the words one more time, and you can have the whole class say them. And also you'll see them standing up with their notebook, checking, trying to say it, then they say it, you correct them. And, you know, again, well, I don't know if I said it in this video, but they should be taking notes. When you go through each one of those words, they should write it in their notebook. So during this part of the lesson, if they're not sure, they can just check their notebook, okay? All right, let's go to the next part. Obviously, these can all be clicked on, but there's no need. You can get the idea here. Okay, next part. Okay, so the next game is the flying words game. If you've seen my lessons before, you know that I really like this game because the kids absolutely love it, okay? It gets them very excited. So you can see all 14 words are here around, so 7 are on the top and 7 are on the bottom. And the way it works is a word will fly across the screen and they have to see it quickly and know which one it was, and the first student to say what it was gets points. Okay, so after that first person says it, you give points to their team, then it will flash and the whole class can say it again. So again, this is just drilling, but it's drilling that they want to do. Okay, I see a lot of teachers just forcing drilling, and it's not fun. Okay, you want your class to be fun, so they're willing. Okay, if you make it fun, they'll be willing to do it. Okay, so that was gloves. Again, the first student to say it can get points. You can have them say gloves and then a pair of gloves. Okay, and you'll go through all 14 like this. So flies across the screen. First student to say it gets points for their team. If you're not sure, you can give a tie. Okay, and then they all say it together. So just rinse and repeat for all 14 words. And I promise you, the kids love this game. It's a very simple game, but they just absolutely go nuts for it. I haven't had any classes, even classes in grade 5, like stuff like this, because it's a competition. They have to really watch, and they feel proud of themselves, right, for being able to tell what it was as it flies across the screen very quickly. Okay, so it's a fun game. I'll just jump ahead here. All 14 words come out, but I'm going to skip ahead because you get the idea. All right, so the next game is called the What's Missing game. I'm sure you can guess the way it works. Here's an example. So this thing flies in front, and then when it flies away, one of them's gone. and we say, what's missing? And the whole class should say, what's missing? And then you can call on students to tell you what's missing, okay? And the way to make this fair is you can call them team by team. So this is just a fun game. You can give points if you want, or you can do it by speed again. So for example, what's missing? And then you go like this. Are you ready? And then you push it, and the first student to say what was missing gets the points. You can do it that way, okay? You don't have to. Sometimes I have stuff that are games, but like I'm not really giving points. It's just interesting, you know? So it's just up to you and your style. So here, after they say what it is, then you show it, and then they say together as a group, okay? The raincoat is missing, okay? What's missing? Again, so you get the idea. What's missing is very fun. Kids absolutely love it, okay? And again, we want them to say a full sentence. And you'll notice I don't have the past tense here. It's what is missing, okay? It could be the past tense, but in grade 2 and 3, they don't really know the past tense yet, so. Yet should be the pair of gloves was missing, especially because it's back now, but this is grade 2 or grade 3. They don't learn past tense really until grade 4 or 5 even, so that's why I'm not including it. All right, let's go to the next part of the lesson. All right, teaching part 2. So now we're going to learn how to say the word where. Again, I show it in Chinese first or their first language. You can change it to any language you want, and they write in their notebook. And then they see a sentence, they can say the sentence together. I'm going to go a little bit quicker now, that way this video is not super long. So what are you wearing today? We'll go through very quickly one by one. I'm wearing a, we point at it, and the kid should raise their hand and say what it is, a hat, okay? You want to make sure they remember these words, so you're constantly reinforcing and seeing if they remember the entire lesson, until the end at least. They should know and they should be able to say it without you cueing them too much, okay? T-shirt. So this is why I'm showing it, breaking it down so much like this. Again, you would show it as a blank. They say what's missing, okay? This way you're not just feeding them the information. They have to recall it, they have to remember it, and that's how they're gonna learn, okay? Pair of shoes, and then you put it all together, okay? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Say the whole sentence together with the class, okay? After this, what are you wearing today? Now you can call on students. You can do one student from each team, or if there's only 2 teams, 2 students from each team. They come up and they take turns saying what they're wearing today with this proper structure. I'm wearing a blank, a blank, a blank, and a blank. And after they say it, and they might need help, okay, it's fine. You can help them. Doesn't matter if they can do it on their own or not. You help them. They can choose one of the gifts and get points, okay? Next student comes up, rinse and repeat. You can help them. Also, the whole class can ask the questions. You can drill the question, or the student at the front that's about to say what they're wearing, you can have their team ask the question. You can award their team points based on how well they ask, based on if everyone asks. If you go and watch some of my videos in class, you'll see this is how I drill them. If all of the students in the team say it, I give them 5 points. If some students don't say it, I give them less in order to motivate them. You can do this with 4 students, like I said. You can just do it with 2 if you want, doesn't matter. After each one does it, they get points, okay? And let's go to the next part. So teaching part 3. In this part of the lesson, now we're saying, what is he wearing today, right? So we're gonna go through this again and drill, okay? He is wearing what? A pair of sunglasses, okay? He is wearing a sweater, okay? He is wearing, again, this time I'm not cueing them with the pictures, right? They're just pointing at it. And they have to kind of figure a little bit out. They have to figure it out more on their own, okay? He's wearing a pair of trousers, and he's wearing a pair of shoes, okay? And then they put it all together into one big sentence. You can say it as a team, as a whole class. Okay, you can call on a single student to stand up and say it, and then let's practice, okay? So here you can see there's a picture of a little girl. Now, what is she wearing today, okay? You can let the teams think for a second. They can write it in their notebook. They can try to figure it out. And someone can stand up and they can tell the whole class what they think it is, okay? And here's the answer, okay? She is wearing a hat, a coat, a pair of gloves, and a pair of trousers. And what is he wearing today? Just look at the picture, give them a minute or 2 to write it down, to figure it out. And this guy's only wearing 3 different things, okay? So it's a raincoat, a pair of trousers, and a pair of shoes. All right, very simple, but now you've put all of the stuff together, they should be able to do it on their own, okay? All right, let's play the timed memory game. All right, so this game is really fun. Here's the way it works. So how to play. I have clear instructions here for them. All right, first you will see a picture of a person, and you will have 25 seconds to remember what you see. After 25 seconds, the picture will disappear. Next, you need to remember and say what the person in the picture was wearing. You will only need to say 4 pieces of clothing. 5 points can be earned. Now, these instructions are mostly for the teacher who's teaching this lesson so they remember, or if they're purchasing this PowerPoint, they don't know how it works. You can show them, show the class. You can say this to them, but then you can show them just with the example. Okay, so here's the example. Here's how it works. So, what is she wearing today? Now that bar, it's going to take 25 seconds, but it's going to disappear. And as it's disappearing, she is also slowly fading away. You'll see. Take a look. Okay, so they need to look at the picture and try to remember what that woman is wearing. Okay? Oh no, it's blurring. I can't see her anymore. What is she? Where is she? What is she wearing? Okay. All right, 25 seconds is up. The alarm sounds. Okay? And then the students need to remember what she was wearing. Okay? She is wearing and they need to say all of the different things this woman was wearing. Okay? And then they can show the picture again. Okay, and they can check their answers. Okay, there it is. Okay, that's what she's wearing. Okay, are you ready to play? All right, let's have a face-off. In order to make this fair, okay, I'm going to have 2 different pictures. 1 picture for each team that's up playing. So you'll call up 1 student from one team, 1 student from another team, or you could do 2 or 3 students. You don't have to be 1. 3 students from one team, 3 students from another team, and one of the teams is looking at the one girl, and one woman, and then the other team's looking at the man on this side, okay? So they're memorizing each side. Okay, they're memorizing each side. If you want, they can bring a notebook up. They can write it down if it's too difficult, okay? It's okay. It's a speaking class. As long as, that's loud, okay. Let's get that. As long as they're able to say it afterward, it doesn't matter if they wrote notes. If they're quite good, you can force them to only do it by memory, but if you think it's a little bit too difficult for them, or in the first round they can't do it really well, you can tell them they can bring up notebooks and they can try to write down really quickly, or something to cue their memory of what it is. Okay, so then the team of 3 or 4 students, whatever, has to work together to say what this man was wearing. Okay, he is wearing, and they're trying to remember. Like I said, they're looking in their notebook and they're saying it. They all say it together. If there's okay, so then you'll show the picture and you'll check. Okay, so they say it again, you check. All right, good job. Or if there's a mistake, correct them. Okay, and they only need to say 4 different things. So they could say a pair of sunglasses, a t-shirt, a pair of trousers, and a pair of shoes. If they do say a watch, it's fine. Okay, it's okay. If they want to say 5 things, they can. It's okay. And then the next team will say what theirs is. The reason I have 2 different pictures is because if not, then the one team just hears the other team and just has to repeat the same thing. So the only way to make it fair, if it's a face-off, right, is for each team to have a different picture, a different person that they need to say. Okay, then you show it, they say theirs, and you can give them points. Okay, so in this case, it could be she is wearing a hat, a sweater, a pair of shorts, and a pair of shoes, right? And you can award points based on how well they do it, and stuff like that. If they can say the sentence with all 4 different pieces of clothing, that's 5 points. You don't have to be that strict. You just want to get them playing, get them excited, get them remembering, okay? Get them excited to learn English, okay? And then round 2, it's rinse and repeat. Same thing, they're just 2 different pictures. You can bring up the next 2 teams or different students from those same teams if you only have 2 teams, and then they do it again, okay? 25 seconds on the clock, time's running out, they're looking at the pictures are slowly fading. Quickly, let's remember, okay? And then once the time is up, the alarm will sound. Let's wait for it. 3, 2, 1. A little bit slow there. Okay. And then they need to say what they're wearing, okay? And like I said, you don't have to be crazy strict with this. You want it to be fun, okay? It's a speaking class, it's a fun class, but you want them to be engaged and paying attention. That's why I play games that are fun like this. And round 3, you can see there's 2 more pictures, 2 more people, okay? Again, fades away. I'm just gonna skip ahead because you don't need it, okay? Rinse and repeat, and that's how the game works. And yeah, let's go to the final part of the lesson. Okay, for the final game, it's another speaking game, obviously. This is a speaking class. So the way it works is you'll bring up 1 student, And the whole class will say, please choose one of the people. Or you can say it to the student, or their team can say it. Okay, you can say it and their team repeats after you. They choose one of them. Okay, so they decide, that student decides they want this woman. Okay, so you click on her. Okay, and she will come to the front. She will move forward. Okay, and the whole class or their team will ask, what is she wearing today? Okay, and that student needs to look at her and figure it out. She is wearing a t-shirt, a pair of sunglasses, a pair of shorts, and a pair of shoes or a pair of boots. Okay, if they say rain boots, you can say, okay. You can tell them they're not really rain boots, not raining, but they do look like rain boots. So they can say rain boots if they want, okay? And then after they say good job, go to the next slide, and then we ask the student, what are you wearing today? And they look at their own clothing, and they say, I'm wearing a t-shirt, a pair of trousers, and a pair of shoes. Good job, okay, whatever. And then you click, boy, it's behind me. You click on the treasure chest here, okay? And it'll take them to the next slide, or the special slide where they can get points, okay? So here they will, move myself again, I'm blocking the way. So they will choose one of the clothing items, okay? So they'll say, a coat. So click a coat, 3 points, good, all right, good job, go sit down. And then you click the home button, it'll take us back to that original screen, okay? And that, the person we just described their clothing, they will disappear. Call up a student from the next team, they come up, please choose one of the people. They decide they want to choose this man, click on him. Sorry, this is running a little bit slow. It's just because I'm recording my screen, so my computer's not that great. Okay, so their team asks, what is he wearing today? And he looks at the picture. Again, if this is too hard for a single student in your class, you can bring up 2 students or 3 students. They can work together to figure it out, okay? He is wearing a scarf, a coat, a pair of trousers, and a pair of shoes. Excellent, good job. What are you wearing today? And they say what they're wearing, okay? Good job. After they say it, click here, and then they choose a pair of sunglasses. Ooh, 7 points, okay? And you rinse and repeat until, sorry, it's a little slow. You rinse and repeat until all 6 of these people are gone, okay? It's the same thing again, but it's fun. And like stuff like this works quite well with these types of classes. They really enjoy it, okay? Again, have them say it, click on the treasure chest, whatever, you can click. I just want to skip through so you can get an idea of the lesson, and we'll go straight to the final slide of the lesson, which is just a review slide. The review slide's crucial, and you can also use it in future, like the review part of future lessons. But also, if you do still have time at the end, which I don't think you will, I think this lesson's very long. It's long enough for a 45-minute class. But there's an extra slide here with some extra pictures that they can then describe the clothing for people here. Okay, so there's a few more here, and there's nothing to prompt them. There's no sentence structure in front of them, and they just say the answer. And yeah, that is the whole lesson. Again, 14 different clothing items. I'm wearing, he's wearing, she's wearing. They're learning about saying multiple things in a row with and yeah, it's a fun lesson. I've done lessons like this before. This PowerPoint's new, but I've done lessons like this, similar lessons like this before, and they absolutely love it. It works really well every time. So really hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, that's the whole lesson. I really hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to purchase this PowerPoint and teach it yourself, don't forget, go to the links in the video description below, go to my Shopify store, go to my Teachers Pay Teachers, go to Taobao and buy these lessons. They are editable. You can change them. You can change the Chinese into Korean or Japanese or Russian or Polish or whatever the first language of your students is. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one. Bye.